my life, ladies and gentlemen. And that right there is actually the platform that we're going to be talking about today. And that is I Am Mastery Academy, ladies and gentlemen. I Am Mastery Academy is the platform that we're going to be talking about. But before we get into that, right, I actually would just want to take 15 seconds to show gratitude to this amazing platform, right? I want to show gratitude to the universe for allowing me to be here another day, allowing me to be aligned with such an amazing life-changing revolution. So I actually do this on every call when I'm able to come together with like-minded people. I like to show thanks, right? I like to show that I'm grateful for the place that I'm in, and I like to show greatness, gratitude for where it is that I'm going, right? So let's take 15 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, just to show gratitude, right? Just to show gratitude for everything that has been thrown our way, the blessings to come, right? Everything that we survived, the obstacles that we knocked down. Let's show gratitude for being alive, for another day, for having our senses, right? All our touch, sound, hear, smell, think, eat, all of those senses that make us do what we do on a daily basis. Let's just take 15 seconds and thank the universe, right, for allowing us to be here again. So go ahead and close your eyes. And as you close your eyes and visualize everything that you're grateful for, just be thankful. All right, let's get it going, ladies and gentlemen. We got Colorado in the building today. We got El Paso in the building. We got New York in the building. We got Hawaii in the building. And we're all global, and we were brought together by this one amazing platform called I Am Mastery Academy, right? So if you're on this video, you're probably wondering, what is Forex, right? What is I Am Mastery Academy? What is this $6.6 trillion per day industry that everybody's involved in, right? So before we get into that, I want to share a little story about myself, and then I'm going to show you guys some things, and then later on in this call, and those things are going to help you with your finances, ladies and gentlemen. See, my name is Centria Gunner. I'm 27 years old. I was born and raised in Rochester, New York, and I've been involved in the financial industry for 3 years now, right? And I'm 27, and I also have a kid who is now 10. So if you're following along and you're doing the math, you will understand that I was that girl who had a kid at 16, right? While I was still in high school. So I'm that person that they doubted out. They said I was going to be a stereotype. They said I was going to become another statistic of a single bitter baby mom growing up in the poor neighborhood of Rochester, New York, right? And that was the life for me. I was on food stamps in my 20s. I was on government assistance, and I had to actually depend on them for housing, right? And for necessities. Why? Because I had no financial guidance. I had a kid at 16. I was a baby who had a baby. So I didn't have anybody in my corner sharing with me smart investment strategies, right? And showing me how to have great financial habits. So all throughout my 20s, I was working at this call center called ADT Security, which I was actually calling people all day long just to make sure their house did not get broken into. Right. So I worked at this job for 2 years. I gave it my all. I even did overtime. I would do almost 400 calls per hour. Right. So here I was dedicating my days, right, my time and all my efforts to a company that eventually just fired me like it was nothing. Right. So what happened was I got sold a dream. I was led to believe that I could level up in the company, right, get a new position, potentially relocate with this position. But what happened? My job got eliminated. I got fired. And at the time, after that happened, my son's dad got locked up. So not only was my income taken away, but now a second income was taken away. So everything and all the responsibilities that come along with raising a child now fell all on me, right? So if you're on this call and you know somebody that had a kid before the age of 20, right, maybe while they were still in their teens, right, 16, 17, 18, 19, before their 20s, drop a 7 7 in the chat. because I want to make sure I'm relating with somebody on this call. Because I was that person that they said would never make it out the hood, would never be successful. And I even had a sentry at my high school tell me that I will only be a CNA, right? A certified nursing assistant. Right? Those are the people that wipe butt for a living. They clean up poop. They do all the dirty work, right? So I actually had somebody speak negative things over my life, right? So all throughout my 20s, I struggled until I came across a platform that introduced me to a concept of having my money work for me, ladies and gentlemen. And that amazing platform is I Am Mastery Academy. So what I want to talk to you guys about is actually the 4 ways that we make money. So no matter where you are when you're watching this video, right? No matter if you're overseas, you're in Africa, you're in Dubai, or you're down south, you're in Houston, you're in Hawaii, or you're in Colorado, maybe you're in New York. No matter where you are, no matter where your culture, no matter how you grew up, there is only 4 ways to earn cash, right? So I read a book, a phenomenal book written by Robert Kiyosaki, and it's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And in this book, Robert Kiyosaki, the author, breaks down exactly what you're looking at right here, which is the 4-way cash flow. And these are the 4 ways that we can make money. So I know you're probably like, this looks kind of familiar, kind of like something I used to see in high school, the pie charts that used to be in math class. Right. So as you can see, this portion of the pie chart, that 60%, it represents 60% of everyone that is alive today, right now, right? Out of everybody that's alive, right? The entire world's population, 60% of everyone that's alive right now, they work for somebody else. They have a job. They clock in and out at a facility every single day, right? And that's 60% of the entire world's population. They work for somebody else. They're building someone else's dream, right? And then we move over to the 35% of people, right? These are the people that work for themselves. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So give me 1 second. I want to make sure that everybody is muted, right? Go ahead and mute yourself. Okay. I'm going to mute everybody. Thank you so much for just hanging in there with me, being coachable, right? Because right now I have information that is going to change your situation. Right. So if you're watching this right now, make sure you have no distractions, right? Make sure you have your pen and paper out, because I'm going to talk to you guys about how to go from the left side of money to the right side of money. So in this cash flow quadrant, ladies and gentlemen, I'll start from the beginning. 60% of everybody that's alive right now, they work for somebody else. They clock in and out at a job every day. They have a weekly schedule, right? And in this purple portion of the pie chart, it represents the self-employed. So 35% of the entire world's population right now is self-employed. These are your barbers, your hairstylists, your Lyft drivers, your Uber drivers, right? Your nail techs, ladies, right? Those construction workers who build houses, right? Maybe you have your own clothing brand. Maybe you're an artist and you work for yourself, right? So essentially what happens when you work for yourself, you're owning your own job. But guess what happens? What if you're a barber and you break your hand? You can't cut hair anymore. So the money stops coming in. So what we want to do today, ladies and gentlemen, is teach you guys how to come over here and build real wealth on the right side of money, right? And that 4% that we're looking at, right? Very small portion. As we move over to the right side of money, you have your business owners, right? The 4% of the entire world's population are business owners. So I want you guys to think about it. Out of everybody that's alive right now, no matter what country you're in, no matter what city you're in, no matter what state you're in, out of everybody that's alive right now, only 4% of everyone is a business owner, right? Those are your people who own Chick-fil-A's, right? McDonald's, franchises like Dunkin' Donuts, right? Places where people have systems working for them. And what system stands for is saving yourself time, energy, and money, right? So when you're a business owner, you have systems working for you, right? You also have employees, and you're potentially paying those employees an hourly rate to get the job done. So we want to teach you guys how to go ahead and shift your way of thinking so that you can also become a part of the 1% of people that are alive who have the investor mindset. right? Those are the people that make it out the hood, right? Those people like me who defeated the odds. And now I have an investor's mindset, right? So where I have my money working for me. So I want you guys to understand that if you take the 1% and the 4% and you add it together, you'll understand that 5% of everybody that is alive today, right now, 5% of the entire world's population, they control 95% of the market, right? They control 95% of the market, 95% of the money that's being made. So what I want you guys to understand is that times are changing. Times are changing. Technology is evolving and we're leveraging that, right? Think back down on Memberly Lane, right? I want you guys to think back to back in the day, right? When you used to go to your favorite aunt house, right? With your favorite cousin, you used to spend the night over there every weekend because you knew your aunt had the lit DVD collection, right? She probably had Love and Basketball, Set It Off, right? She probably had Boys in the Hood next Friday. She probably had Fast and Furious, right? She probably had Rush Hour. She had all the lit DVDs. So what would you do? Every single weekend, you just knew you was going to your favorite aunt house because she had the best DVDs. You probably had that one cousin that you always would call. You'd be like, yo, can you ask your mom, can I spend the night? Because you know, if you ask her, she'll always say yes. But if I ask her, she might say no, right? Think back to that time where you used to go to your aunt's house. She had all the DVDs, right? And guess what now? Times are changing so much, ladies and gentlemen, that now we have Netflix. Netflix came over here and changed the game. Now people can choose from thousands of movies at the click of a button, right? And they can watch it from their smartphone. People aren't even digging in the $5 bucket at Walmart no more, right? They're literally pulling up movie selections from their cell phone and their laptops. So times are changing, right? If you don't take advantage of technology, technology is going to take advantage of you. So one thing I also want you guys to understand is that when we grew up, our parents taught us what? Don't talk to strangers, right? Don't talk to strangers. Now what are we doing whenever we need a ride? We click a couple buttons on our phone and we're hopping in a car with a complete stranger, right? So if you are not in a place like New York City, you don't see these taxis anymore, right? You don't see these yellow taxis congesting the streets of New York City anymore, right? Uber came over here and killed the taxi business, and they don't even own a single taxi. So I want you guys to understand how powerful technology is. Our parents taught us don't talk to strangers when we were growing up. Now what are we doing every single day when we need a ride, right? Maybe we had a fun night partying and we don't want to drive. What do? We click buttons on our phone and we order an Uber and we get in the car with a stranger. So things are changing, guys. You got to change the way that you're thinking, because nowadays you don't even have to go to the store anymore for groceries. You don't even have to go to the store anymore to buy a TV, right? If you want house things for your store, you don't even have to leave. Why? Because Amazon made it possible for you to order basically anything in the world and it get to your front doorstep to where you don't even have to leave the house, right? So think about how amazing that is, guys. And I'm pretty sure you're paying attention to what's going on in the world, and you see that we're going for an economic downfall. So pretty soon the US dollar isn't going to be worth anything. So when that happens, the entire world is going to transfer over into digital currencies. So when that happens, I want you guys to ask yourself a question. Will you be ready for that transformation? Right? And if you are, understand that now we're going to be working with the largest financial market in the world. Now we're getting to the nitty gritty. Now we're getting to why you're actually on this call, because you're wondering, what is Forex, right? Forex stands for foreign exchange. Ladies and gentlemen, it's simply the process of trading one currency for another. And we're doing it inside of a market that's open 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. And this is a global market worldwide. So you can participate in this if you live in Dubai, China, right? If you live in the UK, right? If you even live in Jamaica, right? If you live in Nigeria, you can participate in this financial market, ladies and gentlemen. So I have something special for you, right? Because I'm so grateful to be aligned with this platform that I actually want to share somebody special to me with you all, right? The next person that I'm going to bring up to you guys, he's actually an amazing trader. and an even better leader. This is somebody that I look up to very dearly. He and I work very closely hand in hand on a weekly basis to master this skill set, right? This is one of my brothers in business. I love him to death, and he actually has all aspects of life balanced out. And I admire that. I look up to that. I'm grateful that I get to be aligned with that, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, I want to bring on a prestige gentleman, a chairman in this business. His name is Jordan Eco. He's about to come on here and show you guys exactly how the Forex market works. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, y'all make sure y'all got your notebooks out, you got your pens ready, and if you wear glasses, take them out because you are about to take notes. My man Jordan Echo, I'm passing it over to you, Brody. I'm about to make you host so you can drop some gems and share this powerful information, my brother. Here you go. Take it over and let me know when you have it. You can go ahead and unmute yourself when you are ready.
All right. What's going on, guys? Thank you, Rose, for putting me on here. Always excited to give out this information, just kind of give you guys a little background on myself. When I got involved in this, I was 20 years old and I was in college. I was playing basketball. I was like 2 years into college and, going down that road where kind of what my parents wanted me to do, kind of what my friends and, all the talk around, growing up in a small town is like, when it comes to a small town, it's like a small mindset as well. So, I really realized that I'm worthy of more. I wanted more for myself. So when I found this opportunity, it made all the sense in the world to me. And, at first, guys, it may be a process, right? You got to understand that we're not telling you get rich quick right now. We're showing you how to get rich eventually, and this is something that has helped me, increase my income, increase my freedom first and foremost. But, just to get into the information, look out. This is what a chart looks like. At first, when I first looked at a chart, I was like, this looks crazy. I don't even know what I'm looking at right now. Like, what is this? Like, there's numbers on here, there's charts. But simply put, the difference between Forex and stocks is that, typically when you're talking about investing into stocks, you're essentially buying a share of the company and, hoping that it goes up. Now, the thing is with Forex, you can either sell high or buy low. That means whether the economy is booming or whether the economy is crashing, you can profit either way. And that's what I love about Forex is that it is a recession-proof industry. So, during this crazy times of, massive volatility these last few months where there was a major spike down, there's a major spike up, all this craziness going on, we were able to capitalize on that. So that's what I love about this. And we're gonna show you guys kind of some simple, basic things and, how you're going to get access to this information. So, realize that the market repeats itself. And if you can, train your eyes to identify certain patterns in the market, that's one of the elements in actually becoming successful and consistent, know what you're looking for. You're looking for different patterns that are telling you buy, and you're looking for different patterns that are telling you sell. And we have a full course education that's going to get you into all that. We have 4 different academies, whether you're going for Forex education, cryptocurrency, binary, or so on. This is more than just a platform about money. This is really more about inspiring people's lives to show people that you can do more than what you were told growing up. And just a lot of the information we get into. One thing I love about this company and this platform is that there's people from all walks of life seeing massive success. So, of course, guys, not everyone that comes in here is going to become a millionaire. But what I love about it, what I didn't have any other opportunity that was giving me the opportunity to do this type of things that we've been able to do in, 2 years experience that I've had. So, and it's really simple, guys. We have recorded videos. This is called the Academy. So those of you that are taking notes, make sure you write this down. You want to remember this. The Academy is the recorded videos. It's going to go through the basis to advance the fundamental education and understanding of the market. So now while you're learning, we have over 100 plus full-time educators, and these are professionals hired by the CEO, Christopher Terry. Just something about CEO Christopher Terry, over 30 years of experience trading, a 9-figure earner. And, he made this platform and hired over 100 full-time educators. These are professionals, some of the best traders in the world that we get to learn from. And while you're doing this, for example, back when I was still working a job, I had a part-time job in the evenings. And for my schedule, it worked best that I would get on in the morning session. So depending on where you guys are located on here, I think some of you guys are on the East Coast and some of you are wherever else, but realize there's two major market sessions that we'll be trading. So, most of the time it's either the New York session or the London session. So if you're over here on the East Coast, you're looking at about 8 a.m. to, noon, right? That's going to be your major trading window over there in the US. Now, depending on what your schedule is, maybe you're a night owl, maybe you're a morning person, early riser, there's always someone's going to be going live. These guys are teaching you their strategies. Not only they're teaching you your strategies, but giving you live trade ideas at the same time. So not only you're seeing what they're seeing, but as they're seeing it, but also get to do what they do. And that's what always made sense to me. And one thing I learned, when I was early on, I was kind of busy. I was kind of distracted. I wasn't really so focused. And, not everyone that gets into this has a lot of time to put into this. So, that shouldn't be too much of a worry. If you're kind of a busy schedule, the thing is all of these are recorded. So that's what's really good. It's all recorded. It's all kind of fit to your schedule. So no matter if you work weird hours, no matter if you have two jobs, I've seen people working two jobs and they have a couple extra hours a day, worked out just fine for them. But if you're one of those people that is on here that, maybe you are super busy, maybe you don't have time to learn. Well, we have this thing called copying and pasting. So you're able to actually take ideas from people that are already seeing money in the markets. These are the professionals. These are the top traders in the company hired by CEO Christopher Terry to send out trade ideas, to people like you and I. So like even my dad, I got my dad on this, copying the trades. I've seen people put their grandmas on, literally it doesn't matter. You're 18 years old, if you're 30, if you're 40, if you're busy, it doesn't matter. Can you go ahead and look at a notification hit your phone? Back when I was a delivery driver, I was driving, to do different deliveries. I was delivering pizzas. Now, as I was driving, I get a notification on my phone from, either Swipe Trades or Gold Cup, and I was able to, pull over. Some of the times I just did it while driving, but, going ahead and copying the same numbers as someone that's already making seven figures and doing the same trade as them as they're taking it. It always made sense to me because I never was too confident in learning it. I figured oh yeah, it'll take some time eventually. But the fact that day one, week one, I can come in here and copy the professionals, as long as I can go through the academy and learn how this whole thing works, it just made too much sense to me. So, understand that whether you're a busy person, whether you have a lot of money, little money, there's always a solution for you. That's what I love about it. Now, you're probably wondering how much does something like this cost? Well, most of the time, when you look into Forex education programs, there's some programs that are thousands of dollars. There's some, this one right here, $8,000. You're talking a lot of these, and you can look this up. A lot of these are thousands and thousands of dollars for you to get going with this. And people do pay that because this is a skill set that can take you really far as far as increasing your capital. A lot of things, there's a lot of good businesses going on right now online, different ways to make money. But what I love about Forex is just the scalability factor and how much it doesn't really cost too much to get involved. So with our platform, I Am Mastery Academy, to get access to the academy, which is the recorded videos, the go live, the live webinars and education from the professionals, and the copy and paste system where you can copy them as you're learning, as you're going along, $235 to start up for the basic package. Literally the cost of one night out at the club, literally the cost of a pair of shoes. Some people literally will spend that the first night to get their paycheck. So, of course, $235 is not a lot of money. Well, if you're one of those people that thinks $235 is a lot of money, well, one thing I can tell you guys, what my mentor has told me is if $235 is a lot to you right now, it's always going to be a lot to you until you do something to change. Until you do something to change your mindset, until you do something to change the way you look at things. Because you got to realize $235 is really pennies. It's really changed. For you, it may be a lot right now, but guess what? What are you going to do to change that? And that's what really made sense to me. Back when I was working on my job, I was only making $500 a month. So $235 to start was it was kind of a lot, but at the same time is okay, what's the worst case scenario? $235, it doesn't work out for me. Well, I'll just go back to doing what I was doing before. But what's the best case scenario? Hey, maybe I will never have to work a job again. And 10 months later, that actually became my reality. Last year, I was able to travel around, which is what I always loved to do, or what I wanted to do. Was so $235 investment, giving me the freedom to quit the 9-to-5 job and to go ahead and start traveling around the world, which is what I always wanted to do. So this platform gave me that opportunity. Now, if you're someone that, maybe you don't have that extra $175 a month, maybe $235 is fine. You're willing to give it a go, get it started. But $175 a month may be too much for you. Well, we have this thing called 2 and free. So you're able to get free membership just by referring 2 paying active customers. So for me, this is the way it worked out for me. Like as I was in college, right? I got started. I was really excited. I told some of my friends, some of my college buddies, and they said, "Hey, you make money, I'm joining." And I was like, "All right, man, all right." And it's funny. Like I actually, made money like my first night because I actually finished part of the academy real quick. I was excited. I was really impatient a little bit, but like understand that you have the opportunity to do so. So 2 and free. If you're someone that doesn't want to pay the 175, 2 and free, that's fine. And Rose was getting in at the very beginning, the cash flow quadrant. The fact that we're showing you how to also become a business owner as well. So leaving the self-employed, leaving the employee mindset side of things. You're never going to get wealthy being an employee. It's just not going to happen. So we're going to show you how. We just showed you the investor side, which is, the Forex education, which is the copy and paste, which is the live webinars and trainings. This is going to teach you how to invest your money. Well, if you're someone that does not have a lot of money to invest, or maybe you don't have any money to invest, well, we have something that can help you make money from money that's not even yours. So Christopher Terry, the CEO, he actually has set up a compensation plan for if you want to go ahead and become a business owner, you can do so, and you can actually get a residual income. So for those of you that don't know, what is residual income? Well, Michael Jackson, Prince, the 2 examples I like to use, passed away over a decade ago. Today, their families are still getting paid millions and millions of dollars. How is that possible? It's called residual income, is royalties. Now, one stat that I heard, a couple months ago is that over 50% of Americans actually die in debt. So it's like, whether it's your grandparents or whether it's your parents right now, like if they're in debt right now, God forbid they pass away, the debt's getting passed down to you. So would you rather drop a 111 if you would rather give your family residual income instead of residual debt, right? Because that's what always made sense to me. I was like, I am not going to put myself in that situation. I'm not going to be doing anything like that. So understand, like, what are you going to do to get that residual income? We have the ranking system. The first 3 ranks are going to be right here in front of you. Platinum 150 is going to be $150 per month. This is when you bring in 3 different people into your business. 3 different people, help them learn how to trade, help them make money. 12 customers, you're getting an extra $600 a month. This is literally taking away multiple bills. This could pay a lot of your bills just alone. Platinum 600 is only 12 people. And while you're learning, realize this, once you have 2, it's free. 2 and free while you're learning. You can just 2 ways to increase your income, get you out of your current situation, or just increase your current situation. At the end of the day, we're going to show you the whole compensation plan. Now, when I first saw this, it was kind of intimidating to me, someone growing up that was very introverted and shy. I didn't really like to talk to a lot of people, but at the same time, what I realized was at my job, I was working there for 2 years. And after my first year, I got about a 5-cent raise. And then I was about to be my second year, I was about to get another 10-cent raise. So I'm like, well, why would I waste 2 years of my life to get a 10-cent raise when I can just join this platform and literally each rank that I get to, you're able to double your income. Literally, each rank is essentially doubling your income. You see this, and it's like it really made sense to me. I was like, why would I do that? And then also comparing this to college. Now, remember, I was in college for 2 years, so I was like, my choice is to either continue college 2 more years, rack up another 20, 30,000 in student loan debt. By the end of that 4 year, get a job that's paying me $60K. When I'm like, realistically speaking, if I go all in with this in 2 years, I'm going to be in a way better position than if I would have stayed in college, and literally, guys, that's the case. I was able to hit Chairman 10 last, 6-7 months ago. I was able to do that along with, making a lot of money trading. We don't really talk about our income here. We're not allowed to guarantee you income, and it's not about the income, but it's more about the freedom. And, working a job is cool and it's fun. You make some money, but with a job, there's no freedom. I like to have freedom of choice. I like to be the one that decides when I want to go to lunch, when I want to go take a vacation, when I want to go see my family, when I want to go on a trip. If you're working a job all the time, you're not going to be able to have that freedom of choice. So that's really what it made sense to me, is like, give me this freedom. What's more important, my fear of talking to other people or my joy of freedom? And it was joy of freedom every single time. So, kind of just to break this down really quick, this is for those that want to go above and beyond. If you like helping people, if you like to make an extra income, residual income. Well, if you look right here, this is paid weekly, right? This is weekly residual check. So when I was a Platinum 1000, back when I was still working a part-time job, there was a 2-week period in December that I was sick and I was unable to go to work. But still, that week, those 2 weeks, Platinum 1000, as you see here, I still got weekly residual of $250 every single Friday that month. Although I had a 2-week period, I didn't take a trade. I didn't talk to a single person. I literally didn't do anything that week. So it's literally residual income. Do the work once, get paid for it over and over and over. And that's what residual income is. Giving you all the way down. For those of you that are really big-minded on this call, we have the max rank Chairman 500. It's actually 750 now. Just change. If you just want to make that extra 600 a month, it's right there. Whether you're, got on this call from Rose, or whether whoever invites you on this call, whether you want to go all in with the business, with a compensation plan, you want to go all in with trading, we have you literally set up a system where it's really not too difficult. I'm not going to say it's easy. Nothing, good in life comes easy. I don't really believe that, but realize we have a way for you to come in here, with a $235 investment, put yourself in a situation to be making an extra few hundred or a few thousand in the next 30, 60, 90 days when you can really take this seriously. Now, I like to think, 3 months is not a lot of time. You really need to give yourself 6 months or a year time to really just let this process play out for you. But real quick, one last time, remember the investor side, this is Forex and crypto education, high frequency education, whichever one you're getting into. But for you to get started with this, you need $235. So all you have to do is just reach out to the person that got you on this call and literally get any questions that you have answered so we can go ahead and get you involved. Now, there's 18 people on this call and placement is key as well. So realize that there's an opportunity that if you guys go see this compensation plan, the line max, there's an opportunity that some of the people on this call could be in your business. So one of your first 4 for that extra 600 a month. So it's really important that, success loves speed, hesitation kills all action. You realize one of my mentors told me growing up, if you hesitate, you die. So it's like, successful people make decisions fast and change their minds slowly. So I say, go ahead and get you started. Any questions you have, let's go ahead and get them answered. But, at the end of the day, we appreciate you guys for hopping on. Hope you guys have a blessed rest of your day. Let's get to this bag, man. Let's do it. I'm going to go ahead and pass